Welcome to channel. My name is Ashish. So this video is the further continuation of our last video of the anatomy of the penis one. So in this video we'll develop a concept further and discuss in detail about the body and we'll revise the previous topic of the root of the penis. So let's see first about the root, then we'll see about the new topic, that is the body, and its further classification into three types. What are they? That we'll see. So before starting, if you have not subscribed our channel yet, please click on the subscribe button below and subscribe our channel. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. So root of the penis is also called the radix. So radix is just another term for the root. So you can refer to the root of the penis as the radix of the penis. So root of the penis is the attached portion. I have told you have to consider the parts of the penis as a parts of a plant. As the plants have a root and a stem. Suppose this is the root of the plant and this is the stem with leaves on it. Okay. So root part is the attached part or the fixed part which does not move, and the stem is the mobile or the pendulous part. So it is the attached portion and is also of the radix and is situated in the superficial perineal pouch. So is it exact location how it is situated? I have discussed in the previous video, so you can have a watch on it and further continue this video. So the root is made up of three erectile tissue. So what are they? They are the two cruras on each side and the center bulb. So the root consists of three erectile tissue. So what are they? Two cruras on each side, and the center there was a bulb which continues as the spongiosum part of the corpus spongiosum part of the body of the penis. So root is made up of three erectile tissue, two crura and one bulb. Crura continues as the corpora cavernosa. So just imagine this is a cylinder and it has three more rods on it. Two rods are of the same size and one rod is slightly larger. So two rods are placed on the sides. These are the two cruras, and we have divided the whole cylinder into two parts, the upper part and the lower part. So lower part is the root and the upper part is the body. Okay, so the bigger cylinder has two more cylinders on it on both the sides. They are called the cruras, and the center one is the larger and it's expanded in the anterior part to form this type of structure which is called the glans penis if you talk in respect of the penis. So the central portion is the bulb of the penis, which is longer, and the two smaller cruras are present on each side. So the cruras are called the corpora cavernosa in the body part. The same rod which was in the root is called the crura, and as it continues in the body part it is called the corpora cavernosa, and the bulb which was called the central part of the root continues as the corpus spongiosum. So where it is exactly located, that we'll discuss in the video on the transverse section of the body of penis. So in that we'll discuss about the covering also. So under the heading of the video, coverings of the penis, you can get all the overview of the where is the exact location of the very important structure, that is the dorsal vein of the penis, or where is the exact location of the corpus spongiosum, that we'll see. So let's come to the body part now. The body of the penis. So the penis was divided into two parts, the root and the body. The body is further divided into three parts. The body part is further divided into three parts. One is called the body proper. There is a small neck intervening between the body proper and the glans penis. Okay, the body is divided further into three parts: body proper, the neck, and the glans penis. Neck is a very small portion that is situated between the body proper and the glans penis. So let's know something more about the body proper. So the first part of the body is the body proper. Let's see some of its surfaces which are very crucial for us to know. So body proper is the cylindrical portion of the penis. So body proper is a cylindrical in shape. But if you make a cross section of an erect penis, the shape on the cross section appears to be like that of prism. So if you make a cross section of the body part, or the body exactly if I say the body proper of an erect penis, so cross section of an erect penis. So for notes you can contact me on Instagram, and for more details you can check out the description box below. So cross section of an erect penis, and especially the body proper part appears to be like that of a prism. Okay, so cross section of erect penis has shape of a prism. Shape of a prism. So I hope till now what we all discussed is very clear to you. So if you watch the previous video, this video is just a slight introduction or little bit more detail about the further of the classification of the penis or the anatomy of the penis. So body proper is cylindrical in shape, and if you make a cross section of the body proper of erect penis, it has shape like that of a prism. So body proper has two surfaces. One is the ventral surface and a dorsal surface. So body proper consists of two surfaces. One is the ventral, another is the dorsal. So how will you find which surface is ventral and which surface is dorsal? So let me just tell you. Suppose this is the penis. This penis is the penis, and you looking in from the front. So this is the anterior side, and this is the posterior side. So this is the anterior side and this is the posterior side, and you are looking from the front, and this is the external urethral meatus, okay, or the external urethral opening, this part. So it has the lower portion. If you are looking from the front, the lower portion is the ventral one, and this portion, upper portion, is the dorsal part. So the lower portion, if you see from the side, this is the anterior side and this is the posterior side. The lower portion is the ventral and the upper part is the dorsal. So when I talk about a very important structure, that is the dorsal vein of the penis, it will run on the upper part or the dorsal part. You can't say whether it is upper or lower, because in the erect penis the shape can, or the position of the upper and lower part can change. So it has a ventral surface. I hope you understand where is the ventral surface located now, and it has a dorsal surface. Dorsal surface has a very important structure that is called the dorsal vein of the penis, and from where it originates or from which pouches it passes. If you want to know, you can see or watch out the video on the superficial and deep perineal pouches of the perineum. That video I will be uploading soon. So this is the ventral surface, this is the dorsal surface. Ventral surface has the opening of the urethra. So the urethral opening is not located in the center, it is present slightly below. All that we will discuss later. So if you talk about an erect penis, the ventral surface is directed upward and forward. Directed upward. First we have to consider it from the anatomical point of view. So it is directed downward, not upward, it is directed downward, and dorsal surface is directed upward. So before proceeding further, we discuss about the neck or the glans penis, just one topic is one very little diagram is remaining that we should discuss first and then continue further. So the diagram is actually the diagram of the root of the penis. So as I told you, it consists of two cylinders situated laterally and one center cylinder. So it appears something like this. So the two lateral sides have the two crura. Its exact attachment I have already discussed in the previous video. So these are the two cruras. Actually I have to tell you the covering or the muscles which cover the cruras and the bulb part. So for this we have to draw a diagram. All these are the cylindrical portion. All these are cylinder. So in the center one more cylinder is present, that is called the bulb. So this is the bulb portion. So the cruras and the bulb are covered by some muscles. So crura is also covered by muscles. Both the cruras are covered by some muscle, and also the bulb portion is also covered by some muscle. So what are actually this muscle which cover the crura and the bulb part? So the part which covers the crura, see, crura leads to the cavernous part or the corpora cavernosa. So the muscle name is ischiocavernosus because the presence of the ischium bone and the attachment of the crura to the ischium. So the muscle covering the crura part is the ischiocavernosus. Don't take this diagram very lightly. This is very important diagram that you can find in any book because it gives a orientation of the root of the penis and moreover it tells something about the muscles. So the crura part is covered by the ischiocavernosus and the bulb is covered by the bulbospongiosus. Bulbospongiosus muscle. I hope this point is very clear. That is the muscles covering the root of the penis. So you can write this topic in your notes or make the notes of it under the heading muscle covering the root of the penis. See, if you have to write more about the body proper in examination, you can write about the erectile tissues of it. So this I have discussed in a previous video, that I have not discussed in here. But if you have to write in examination, you have to write some content about the body proper. You can write about the 3 erectile tissue, that are the corpora cavernosa and the corpus spongiosum. 3 erectile tissue, and tell about the continuation, that is the corpora cavernosa continuation of the crura and the corpus spongiosum is the continuation of the bulb of the root of the penis, and tell about that erection of penis, these masses become engorged with blood leading to the enlargement. So this point also you can add it to your notes. So the next part to discuss is the neck, but first we'll discuss about the glans penis. And if you have understood the glans penis, the neck is nothing. It's just a very small topic and you will complete in just one line. So let's talk about the glans penis. So do watch the next video on the coverings of the penis. So coverings of the penis are very important, especially about the diagram because it gives the orientation of the different tissues present, the nerves present, the arteries present, and the venous system present in the penis. So as I told you earlier, that the glans penis is just the enlargement of the corpus spongiosum part of the body of the penis. So it is a terminal enlargement. Of the corpora or the corpus spongiosum. So if you note, if you are making cross section before this terminal part, that is the glans penis, you will see 3 erectile tissue, but if you make cross section of the glans penis, you will see just 1 erectile tissue, that is the corpus spongiosum, and no other tissue is present, or no other erectile tissue, the penis is present in the glans penis, just the corpus spongiosum. Okay. So this corpus spongiosum is pierced by the urethra throughout its length. So if you talk about either in the root part or the tip, it is pierced by the urethra. So you can also add this point to your notes, that it is pierced by urethra. And it is surrounded by certain coverings. As I told you, we'll be discussing it in a separate video, all together of each and every part of the penis, what are the coverings, that is the tunica albuginea, what are the other coverings that we'll be discussing. But the main point to discuss is now is the glans penis and its certain enlargement or particular part. So let's draw a simplified diagram. So what all diagrams I tell you in all the videos are very simple to draw. What you can actually draw in the examination, because there are certain diagrams in the book that are very difficult to draw. So I've just simplified it, and these are very simple to draw. Because no examiner is going to read what all you have written in your notes or the examination paper. He is going to just see the diagrams and realize how good you are at the anatomy. He will just see the labelings and get the whole orientation of your paper. So diagrams are very important in anatomy. So this is the body part, and this is the extended part of the corpus spongiosum. So this is just the terminal expanded portion of the corpus spongiosum pierced by the urethra. Okay, these are all the expanded portion of the corpus spongiosum. Here you can see a slight projection extending above the body of the penis. This projection, it is given a certain name and is called the corona glandis. So the glans or the acron of the penis, the word glans is derived from a Latin word acron, so which means acron, which has a projecting margin extending in both the sides, or actually the whole around, because it is cylinder shape. So this extended portion exists whole around the penis. So glans penis has an extended projection or has a projecting margin, which is called the projected margin, which is called the corona. Corona means the crown, so it is called the corona glandis. So this projecting portion existing whole around the body of the penis is called the corona glandis. This is very important if you talk in terms of the viva. Moreover, urethra also show a particular new or peculiar feature in this part, or the part of the glans penis. The urethra show a particular dilatation. So suppose this is the urethra, because it is a tube, so the whole round is a tube. This is the roof and this is the floor. Suppose it is present like this in a square part. This is the floor and this is the roof. So if you talk about the roof of the urethra, it shows certain dilatation. So suppose this is the roof of the urethra extending, and when it reaches the portion of the glans penis, it shows certain dilatation in the roof. So this dilated portion, this is called the navicular fossa. So within the glans penis, the urethra shows certain dilatation, which is called the navicular fossa. So this dilatation you see over here is called the navicular fossa. So these 2 points you can highlight over here, that is the corona glandis and the navicular fossa. So like this we completed about the body and the glans penis. And neck, what about the neck? Neck is just nothing, it is the portion in between the glans penis and the body proper. So if you want to write, you can write one point about the neck. It is the intervening portion between the tip or the upper part of the penis, that is called the glans penis and the body proper. So this portion over here, suppose let me draw a new diagram. So this portion you see over here, this much is the neck part. Upper part is the glans penis and the lower part is the body proper. So if this video is fruitful, you can give me a like button and do share and subscribe my channel. And yes, do watch the next video on the coverings of the penis, because it is going to be very useful for you to have a better understanding of and orientation of the different structure present in the penis as well as the structure surrounding it. Thanks for watching.